7 months ago, I was living at my mom's house with barely any income, watching movies all the time, going to the gym, running on Sundays, and petting my sweet cat. However, things were not great.
Yeah, this chapter of life does not look at all like I imagined it is gonna look.
I decided there and then that I had to make a change. I had to find a temporary solution to my situation and escape that reality which no longer served me. And so I went job hunting, but outside of the country. I soon came across an opportunity in Netherlands. And so I took on the challenge. And I completely changed my life.
Around May, I found this job on a job platform in Romania. And at the time, it sounded like the best solution for me, just because I did not have any savings in order to move to a new country. And therefore, this job was listed by a recruitment agency, and they would give, apart from giving you a job, they would give accommodation as well. And the way they would work out the hiring process and also your new start in a new country was very beneficial to me at the time. The job that was advertised, it was a job in a warehouse. I personally never worked in a warehouse. I did not know exactly how it is to be working in logistics. I did work in different industries before, but not in this one. The description made the job not look not so hard, let's say. So I was like, okay, fine. I did not want hospitality because I could see a lot of jobs in Italy, in Greece, going on a cruise, being a waitress, and just other like cleaning jobs or stuff like that, and none of them sounded right for me. But I was really scared. I will tell you guys, I was really scared at this moment. I did not know how things are gonna go. Obviously, I did a bit of research. I searched for videos online. I looked on Facebook of people's opinions, and they were not so good, to be fair. So my anxiety was up the roof because I had all these horror stories in my head and all this information that was not that real, was just like people's experiences, people who had bad experiences, but that did not mean that was the general consensus over this type of situation. Therefore, I actually reached out to a guy whose content on YouTube is mainly about this. It's about how to get to Netherlands, how to get a job, housing, what type of economic choices is better to make while you're in here. So I reached out to him and I said, look, I'm Monica. I'm supposed to come in Netherlands soon. I'm quite scared about this because of all the opinions and reviews that I found of people online. Can you let me know a bit more of a real opinion? And I actually had a talk with him. He was a lovely person because he was very honest and he gave me the pros and cons of this situation that I would be in. So it really helped me a lot, and it kind of made my anxiety go away, even though I was still scared. It was a new start in a new country that I'd never been in. All right, so while I will tell you guys the story of how I got in here, we're gonna go and do some errands today because we want to go to this poly shop where we can find some products that we can't normally find in usual stores. So we will go there, and then I'll take you on a walk in these lovely woods that we have nearby, and I will tell you more about the story of how I got into Netherlands and the challenges that I've been facing while here. I'm trying to get my point across, but obviously there's something going on in here. However, I'm going to ignore that and tell you guys the rest of the story. One of the things that I was most scared about was the fact that I was going to live with a stranger. That was kind of the rules of the accommodation that the agency set up. And nevertheless, would be a stranger, and that made me really nervous. I was lucky in that sense because my roommate was quite of a clean person. She was quite down to earth. She was from Portugal and she was quite nice. But there was this feeling between us that both of us wanted to be by ourselves in the house, but the setup obviously wouldn't allow us. Another challenge that I had was working in a warehouse, and my main activities in the warehouse is pick and pack, which is quite a mundane, boring thing to do. So doing that for 8 hours a day was and still is quite a challenge because it involves a lot of physical activities, a very repetitive process. So it's really boring, and it feels like it doesn't really give you that kind of challenge, or like it doesn't really make you think it's an activity that you just do it automatically. So these two were kind of my main challenges coming in here. This is becoming way too steep for me, so then I'm gonna get off the bike and I'm gonna just push my bike until up. This is kind of our favorite spot. We always come in here with the bikes and then we chill on the bench, talk about life and enjoy nature, really. Even though I feel like there are so many advantages of the way I came in Netherlands and what the recruitment agency has to offer, I think one of the downside of it all is the fact that I can't say I've really experienced that much of the Dutch culture. I can't say I've been in touch so much with Dutch people. So I don't have to have that wide, vast opinion of this country. Obviously, I've been here for 6 months, so it's not really a lot of time. Just say that one of the things I really appreciate about Netherlands is the fact that they are very healthy, I would say. They make really healthy choices, apart from the fact that it's the land of bikes. So you can find cycling paths everywhere. That's really beautiful, and that's, I think, very encouraging in order to lead a healthier lifestyle. And I think Dutch people are known for that. It's quite of a green country also. I think it has quite wide variety of places where you can go hiking, cycling. I wanted to say both, so then I came up with hiking. But yeah, I love this stuff. They love nature a lot, so as I do as well, I like to explore. I like to go on walks, on long walks. One other thing that I really appreciate about Netherlands is that most of the people here speak English. So if you're worried about not speaking Dutch, don't worry. Most of the people here speak English. They're very open in speaking English. They don't feel offended by that. I feel like they even like it. So, you know, Dutch language is not an easy language. But I feel that if you really want a better opportunity in terms of jobs and in terms of establishing yourself in the country and becoming a citizen, maybe, obviously, I think you have to learn Dutch. In order to get a higher, better paid job, I think you have to learn Dutch. It wasn't the case for me, and it wasn't the case that in the warehouse where I live, actually, most of the people that I work with are foreigners. So there's only few Dutch people that I came in contact with. And most of them do speak English, so that's a great plus. All right, so we have arrived from outside. It was a little bit chilly. To be honest, the weather is not that bad today. It's quite cloudy. It's not too cold, but on the bike it feels a lot colder. So I came home, I made myself a cup of tea, ginger tea, in order to boost my immune system. And I will proceed on with one of my favorite parts of this video, which is the positive changes that brought to my life moving to Netherlands at this stage in my life.
one of the biggest one, I'm going to start with the biggest one, which is the fact that on my second day in here, which was the first day of training, I met somebody. I know, shocking for me too. I never expected I would meet someone in such circumstances. I came here by myself. I thought I'm going to leave here by myself. I never even hoped I'm going to find someone. It happened. It happened. It was very organically. It was very nice. And after being by myself for so long, this came like such a blessing, and I'm really grateful because this relationship is helping me go through the experience of living in Netherlands and to face all the challenges that I've mentioned to you guys earlier. We met at work, we clicked, we live in the same building, we work in the same place, however we work in different departments, so that helped a lot, because you know, you don't want to see yourself, you don't want to see each other 24/7. But yeah, we clicked, we slowly but surely started to get to know each other. And even though in the past I was quite skeptical about moving together after such a short period of time, and the circumstance and the way we met and the way we were finding very challenging to meet, just because he was living with his brother, I was living with this girl, therefore we didn't want to disturb anybody with our relationship, so therefore we were seeing each other a lot outside. We were meeting in the garden, or we were meeting on the stairs of this building, which was quite challenging, especially after, you know, these long hours at work and standing up. And I know this job has took a toll on me, on my health, on my physical strength, and the fact that I've given up gym. Well, to be honest, this is a subject for another video. So after 2 months and a half, my roommate surprisingly left. She moved to another accommodation from the agency, because there are about 3 in this area. We spoke and eventually we moved in together, and our reality completely changed when we moved together. And to be honest, it deepened and it strengthened our relationship. We did have our challenges at the beginning. Things are moving in a good direction in that sense. Yet another positive one was the fact that I kind of achieved my goal by coming in here, which is becoming more financially stable. As I was saying at the beginning of this video, I wasn't very happy in Romania as a freelancer. Things were not going the way I wanted to. Therefore, I needed that change, I needed that stability. I believe that moving to Netherlands and doing this by the way that I did it was the right step in my journey in order to get closer to my wishes, to my desires. And even though Netherlands is not the place that I know I will establish myself, it is the temporary solution at the moment, and I know I will come back with more information in the next videos for you guys. If you guys have found in any of the things that I mentioned today, maybe like a subject that you want to see more in more details, you want me to go more in depth in future videos, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if my story inspired you. Look, I'm 30 years old, I don't have it all figured out, but I'm taking one day at a time. I'm taking steps that will eventually lead me closer to my end goal and to the way I want to live my life, really. And I know we are all living in these challenging times, and a lot of things just seem hard to achieve, or they just seem very far from us. But I think if we gradually and continuously making steps, and we work on ourselves and become quite self-reflective, that will help us in our journey and to get closer to what we want. And that's pretty much why I want this channel to change. That's another positive change that I could add on the list. I will change my content on this channel, so you guys will see a lot more from stories and from my experiences in Netherlands and my next steps in my journey, and I will share it with you guys. So maybe that will inspire you and make you feel less anxious about about this life, and about, you know, feeling like you're inadequate or you're not in the right place, or that you don't have it all figured out. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm figuring out every day, and I'm trying to be a better person every day. So kudos to that. I'm doing my best. And once again, I hope this video inspires you. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Let me know if there are other things you want to see on this channel. At the moment, I'm all like bursting with ideas and there are a lot of things that I'm trying to do, but we'll keep it to that for today. So thank you guys so much for being in here, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.